I have to start the video. I will type another video about the age of my grandmother. If a woman that is 30 years of age have a husband that is 40 years old, a boy that is 20 years old make love with a girl that is 20 years old, the 30 years of age woman have a baby today, the 20 years old have a baby today, the other woman is 10 years older than the other, the other man is 20 years older than the other boy. If the children are both 1 year old today, what is the real age of the people? The story about Jesus Christ 2000 years ago and the story about Mary 500 years later. Let me rephrase. If a woman is 40 years old and she have a child today, when the child is 1 year old and a girl that is 20 years old have a child today, and then the children both become 1 year old, what's the difference with those two babies? Why the other child is not 21 years old and the other one is just 20 years old? You understand? If the oldest man that is sitting up there, he's supposed to be 100 years old. The day he was born, his mother was 40 years old. And the woman that sits next to him, she was born by a mother that was 20 years old, but they're both 100 years old. Why both of them have the same age when the mother from the man was older than the mother from the woman? If the child that was made by the 40 years old woman and the child that was made by the 20 years of age girl, they both grow up 20 years later, they fall in love. When they have a child, how old is the child? 9 months old? For example, the story of Jesus Christ versus the story of Mary. What I say just before I start the video, I get a knowledge to type it, but then I get a knowledge from the consciousness, the little light I can see in my eyes, made of the wind, the light, with all the stars in the face. The light will not move if there is no wind with it. What happened when two women live next door? The two of them, they have a very good job, but there's no guys around. They go to the hospital, they get injection from sperm that is frozen in the hospital. The other woman over there is pregnant with a boy. The other woman over here is pregnant with a girl. They both injected with the same stuff. If the boys grow up, the girl grow up, 30 years later, they move in together. Who live next door? A boy and a girl? Or the woman and the other woman just build themselves forward in time only as a sexual fantasy? What happened when the two of them, they made of a drop in the hospital into this women? They move in the house. When they connect together, they build a body, a baby body. What happened? If they end up having two girls and there is no husband in the area except the boy in the house, what will happen? Who is there? Who is in the house? Two new girls, but the two women that make themselves to become the boy and the girl just went forward in time as two girls again. There's so much things that is important in this world, but it's never spoken about in TV. I watched Oprah Winfrey's show for over 11 years. I never hear anything about this. I see Dr. Ayers showing the brain of a human being, showing about so many things, but I don't hear it from the conscious mind of the people over there, because the one that give the knowledge to you don't want you to think that deep. The women that lives in this world, they make their body to go forward in time as little boys and little girls. They raise them up in different houses, and they met each other, and they live in a house. But the women are dismissed. Now they become husband and wife. If the two women that live next door are still there, the husband and wife that lives ahead, when one fall asleep 24 hours a day, why the other one has to cry for the one that fall asleep 24 hours a day? Why? If the one that came out of the other woman, the other one that came out of the other woman, if the woman is not the only one crying for the jacket that is sleeping 24 hours a day, why the child don't go back to the mother and say, I'm happy my mother is still here. Well, I just lost a jacket. It doesn't matter because it's not my jacket anyway. Why would you cry? Are you crying for the jacket that is sleeping 24 hours? Or are you crying for yourself? If you sleep, they are awake. Are they crying for you, or are they crying for themselves? Again, back to the age. If all the babies that are born from different ages of women, they all will have a 0 age the same day, the age of the mothers doesn't count. What happened when every 9 months we see only women are pregnant, but 9 months later we see baby boys and baby girls. But when they grow up, they move in the house, we see the fathers instead of just the women moving inside the house with a different fashion. All the fathers that really think they make love to all the women over there, if we send them all back to their mothers and let all those women who are pregnant just get an injection from the hospital, they will still be pregnant anyway without the sex. And if all the 100 women are pregnant, there's 50 men, there's 50 women, there are 50 men and 50 women, or just 100 women, only with a fashion below. The end of the day, when the 50 men connect with the 50 women, there will only be a 50 pregnancy, not 100. If the men are always standing out of the list, they will never make a baby out of their body. A man is a baby till he becomes 100 years old. A woman is a baby. By the time she reaches 100, she can have 5 or 6 or 10 children out of her. But the man will still look shrink, just like the old woman when he gets up there. A man that is born in this world never have sex till he becomes 100 years. A woman that lives in this world, she have sex, she have over 15 children by the time she becomes 100 years. And if those 15 children went on and make duplicates, who are you looking at in the world? Is the relationship between husband and wife, or the relationship is between a woman and a woman? It is shocking to accept it because there's this father and child relationship. But it is also deceiving if you don't tell the truth to yourself. And the ones that you're telling, they have a father. I know it is proud to be a father, but if a father will not do nothing in this world to have a child, and it's always the women that will decide what they're gonna get out of their body. If you are a man till the day you go 6 feet, you will not get another body out of you. Why is it so difficult to let go of the father fantasy that is not real? Until you understand, there are so much guys are being sued out there to say they have to pay child support. It works for the system. But a guy is just a woman that have no children.